Dan here from Architects. I'm here talking to River Magazine about my setup here in Bristol. Yeah, I moved to SJC in June, well, I suppose I was just designing it in May. Probably took me pretty much a full month, but I got the kit in June after much deliberation about what I should get. As you can see, I've got a hybrid kit, which is 2/3 maple and then 1/3 clear acrylic, which was me going a bit wild. It was very difficult to choose. Obviously, when you're getting a custom kit, your options are pretty much endless in terms of design and different woods and acrylics and all that kind of thing, sizes, depths. But I went for this, and I'm really happy with it. Sounds great. The acrylic makes it a little bit deadens the drums a little bit, just takes a little bit of resonance out of the drums, which is great for me playing in a metal band. You know, you kind of want that thud, you want that punch. You don't want too much ring going on. But I've got Evans G2s on these, so they're quite open heads, and I've only got one bit of moon gel on here, and neither of these need any, and they sound great just as is. So I'm really, really happy with it. I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. So yeah, excellent drums. You're going to ask me for depths, and I'm going to forget. I think this is a 12 by 8, 16 by 16, and 18 by 16. Yep, and 20 by 22, which is what I've always used. Actually, I didn't used to have an 18, but it's just so fun having two floor toms. You know, if you want to. If there's any chance in the set for me to hit both toms at the same time as hard as I can, I'm happy. So yeah, I have a lot of fun with these two down here. I haven't actually talked about my snare. I've got a 14 by 6.5 nickel SJC snare, which is amazing. I used to have a hand hammered brass snare, and this one's just a bit deeper, and it gives it just a little bit more punch. And I love having a metal snare because it means I have to do less work. I have a 42 strand snare wire on the bottom, which I always have fairly loose. It's basically just because I'm lazy, and means I have to hit less. I have to put less effort in to get more volume. So that's the story there. And I've got an ST head because they last for ages and sound great. So easy choice. I wouldn't say I play soft by any means, but I think I have good technique, and it means that I don't play for my arm so much. A lot of the power comes from my wrist, and it just sticks tend to, you know, I might break a stick a show, but I mean, you know, on this tour I'm playing 16 songs, and so I think that's fairly good going, and heads as well. I mean, the floor toms take the worst beating probably, but even these G2s, which are, you know, I used to use EC2s, which are a bit thicker, but they last me ages. And the snare head, these ST heads would last me a whole one lasts me a whole tour. I mean, I could probably do 10 shows with it, and it would still be holding up pretty well. I'll perhaps think about changing it, but I mean, considering the value of them and how they sound and hold up, I think they're amazing. Again, I used to use power sensors, which are great heads, but they just don't have that longevity to them. The SPDS is that's just an out for the 808, which is this fella here, which is pretty much the whole reason I have that, just so I can get blasted with an 808. So that's just you know, for a little bit of extra power for the set. But I run a click track off an iPod, simple, through my mixer here, and I have a mix coming from the desk over there, which I hate playing without a click now. You know, obviously when you first start, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, and for some drummers it's not that natural. But once I've got used to it, I hate playing without it now. I sort of feel a little bit. It's like having stabilizers almost. I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm not going too fast, because you know, if you're playing a good show, the adrenaline is going to make you play fast, and you feel it. You know, if it's a really good show, click starts. Sometimes I'm thinking, is this the right click? Have I got the right song on? Because it feels so slow. Because, you know, I want to bash out a song as fast as I can, which isn't necessarily a good thing when all the other members of the band are going, "What's going on? Why are you playing this so fast?" So no, it's it's a comfort to me. All my cymbals are Zildjian Ks because I'm not massively into having really bright cymbals. You know, everything I'm using is very dark. I've got the 14-inch master sound hi-hats, the custom dark ride 20-inch, 22-inch custom dark ride, 21-inch crash ride, 19-inch thin dark crash, and then the hybrid K 19-inch China there. Like I said, they're all just ripped very dark, and as you heard, I've got 3 rides here because I love having big cymbals, you know, because I like having something to put my stick through. You know, again, like a lot of people say, well, don't you break these? You know, it's because it's not the thickest of cymbals. It's very washy, and Zildjian, even when they gave them to me, were like, are you sure about that? But yeah, I love it. I mean, this 19-inch dark crash is a kind of a little new addition to my setup, really, just because, you know, you get bored, you want to change it up a bit, and that feels like a splash cymbal to me because I'm so used to laying into a 22-inch that just feels tiny to me now. But yeah, they're all very dark, very washy. It can be a little bit detrimental. I used to play with like a big, thick ride, the big bell on it, and now I'm sort of trying to aim for this minute bell, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to take to have the cymbal because it's just such a lovely sounding cymbal. It's so satisfying to put the stick through because it's thin, but you know it's got body to it. It's got some weight, but it's just a beautiful cymbal. These are rock sticks, and yeah, I mean, again, they're kind of weighty. You get used to it, don't you? They feel like chopsticks to me now. And what happened with me is, you know, you start playing drums, and your drum teacher says, get yourself some 7As. So you get yourself some 7As, and then you start playing shows, and you've broken all your sticks, so someone lends you some 5As, and then you can't use your 7As anymore because it's too light. Then it's 5Bs, and then you can't use them anymore. And then I ended up borrowing some rock sticks off someone, and now I can't use any of those. They just feel like tiny little drums. I mean, I could probably keep moving up and up, but I think for this genre, for playing long sets where you need to have power consistently through a set, it's important for me to have heavy sticks because the way I play, I try and use the weight of the stick to do more of the work, because I mean I couldn't be putting all that energy in for over an hour because I would collapse and puke and fall off the riser. So I think it's about using the weight of the stick, you know, a little bit molery to try and get the power out and project, because it's important to be consistent, you know, for the sound guy Chris over there. It's important that you're consistent to make it sound right out front, because I'm competing with massive loud guitars, distorted bass, guys screaming his head off at the front. So it's important that I'm consistent on all my hits and all my hits with my feet to project and make sure that the drums out front are powerful, you know. And if one hit's soft and the next hit's loud, it's just, you know, you're going to get lost. The drum's going to get lost in the mix, basically. So it's good to use big sticks.